Hey guys, it's Alex, and this is day 2 of the teardown of the red car's engine. So what we're going to do today is peel off the harness, the engine harness, basically everything that controls the engine, the injectors, the coils, everything that's going on. We're going to peel it off of this guy and transfer it over to the new engine that's in the red car. So I have a bit of a task in front of me, peeling all this stuff off. So I'll try to document as much as possible, but see, I used to have a 2-step in the car, so you see a bunch of extra wiring that's kind of in between, but I'll try to document capturing as much of this as possible. Knock sensor harness. See, the knock sensors were never even hooked up in this car because the MFP lower manifold sits a little lower than a stock Roush Gen 1 or Gen 2 setup. So let me get cracking on peeling all of this stuff off. I'll show you what it looks like. I'll do a time-lapse deal, and let's get going on it. Alrighty, so peeled off a lot of the harness, so I'll just kind of show you what I ended up peeling off. Anything I touch is full of grease, because for the longest time this sucker was leaking oil like it was its job to leak oil, because whoever had it before me, hintity hint, didn't notice that there was a big crack in the, come on bitch, a big crack in the timing cover. So when I got this car, it would always leak from there, back there, and I ended up finding out that there's a big crack in the timing cover, and one of the followers had fallen off, so I was running on 7 3/4 cylinders. After finding all that out, fixing it properly, a whole bunch of other things, I was in the whole $5 grand. You don't think so? I'll show you the build. So basically, this is what I took apart. It's the whole engine harness. This is, I believe, fan relay stuff. This is for like the heat exchanger and all that other happy horse shit. I have to obviously peel off what I don't need. So I'm gonna go through the harness a little bit with the guys and see what I don't need and what I do need. But this is everything that had to come off, and I have to transfer what's only necessary to the harness or to the motor that's in the red car. Now this harness is simply the MSD 2-step. Okay, this is what an MSD 2-step does. For those of you that don't know, it interrupts the signal between the coil and the harness, and that's where you can basically have the car get up on the chip. If you turbo guys are familiar, you need this to build some boost out of the hole. I was using it basically for trans brake stuff in case I wanted to launch with boost, but come to find out, foot braking at 2650 is all you really need. Now, this is prone to causing multiple misfire issues. It's just a thing that MSD happens. So when you get an MSD, you might get misfire codes, MSD 2-step. So basically your tuner, what he's gonna do is shut off the misfire logic, and you're gonna roll out without that being monitored, because sometimes just one of those things that happens when you interrupt the signal between the coil and the actual main harness over here. This is a good time to explain to a lot of people about this harness. So there's a lot of confusion as to when you put a VMP blower like this, or a Roush blower, or let's say an Edelbrock blower, similar to this, and we use a harness that piggybacks the MAF signal. See, this is basically the MAF harness, okay? It piggybacks. Is it the MAF harness? Yes. So basically this guy piggybacks the signal so that IAT does not get read by your cold air anymore. IAT, inlet air temps, is now this guy, blower temperature. So if you were used to seeing on your stock car inlet air temperatures be right at ambient, let's say it's 87 outside, it used to be picked up by the cold air. So the air coming in, that temperature used to be read on your dash display. Now it's being piggybacked so that we can protect the vehicle and use the blower temperature as IAT. So now IAT is gonna read about 20 degrees above ambient. Why? Because now it's going through here, it's attached to the motor, going through the rotors, and it's gonna read hotter because IAT now becomes blower temperature, not your MAF or your mass airflow or at the filter temperature. It is now red down here, and we can make it basically protect itself based on what's in the calibration for IAT. So again, you have a stock car and you're used to seeing IATs at ambient, and you get a blower setup and you piggyback the signal to this guy, it becomes, IAT becomes now blower temperature, not outside or cold air temperatures. Hopefully that helps some of you guys out there understand. Okay, so that was fairly painless, about 15 minutes worth of work. Got all the harness crap out of there. We're gonna go ahead and keep the stuff that we need. I still have, and I'm gonna run the FIC 1650 injectors that are in here. I'm still gonna run the MFP lower manifold. I'm gonna run everything as you see it here. We're gonna take the trans out and get a good look at what's going on internally, just for freshening it up. This is probably the highest mileage 4R200/6R80 anywhere. By the way, guys, in case you wanted to know if it was a 6R80 or not, it's still a 6R80. So we're gonna go ahead and take it apart, make sure it's good before it goes into the Fairmont. Hopefully we'll get that done late next week or so, because schedule, Christmas, everything is happening at the same time. But just wanted to give you guys a look what it looks like a little on the naked side. MFP lower manifold there. You can see how much deeper of a belly it does have over the Roush unit. You can see the back of the MFP manifold billet piece. Yeah, that'll pretty much do it in terms of harness. So I'm gonna have to make sure I take the stuff out of the harness that doesn't belong to it, like the trans brake and all the other things. The MSD might be for sale also. The headers are for sale. A lot of you guys are asking, what is for sale? Well, guess what? I cannot use S550 headers for the Fox body. I'll have to get Fox body specific long tubes if they make them in the market. I'm not 100% sure who makes them. I'm gonna have about a 1-inch spacer so that the stock oil pan clears the UPRK member. And yeah, that'll be it for now. All right, so the headers are gone. Sold the headers, sold the axles, sold the drive shaft. I just have to ship the drive shaft, and it's in the Fairmont, so I'll show you guys what the Fairmont is being used for right now. Ah, shit, it's windy. The nice thing about the Fairmont is it has a damn big trunk. For those of you who don't know, if you're new to the channel, blah, 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 this is the Fairmont. That's right, the Fairmont, making its sort of regular debut here at on my channel. I'm gonna put the driveline from the red car in the Fairmont. You can tell the last time it was registered back in Waco, Texas. Actually, McLennan, Texas, back in the day. Right now, it's full of parts that are yet to go in the red car. Stock manifold, the lower valance, the fuel rails, harness, all the shit that I have to yet put into it. Come on, baby. There we go. And yes, guys, this is a Fox body. For those of you who don't know, 79 Fairmont, still a Fox. Look at this big ass trunk. So, got the drive shaft. That's gonna get shipped once I take the axles out. I still have the cap back available. That's gonna get sold. I have brakes set up for the Fairmont. I have no idea what half of this shit is for. Got the motor mounts. I got a drive shaft loop from UPR. I got a whole bunch of stuff yet to put in the car, but let me just grab this guy out of here because I gotta ship it. So the plan on the car is to run a 275/60 tire. That's the plan. I don't want to run anything massive because I think, you know, if badass cars can hook on a 275, so can I, but obviously the suspension is gonna have to be on point. That's why I went with the UPR stuff, UPR Pro Series stuff. So I'm gonna hopefully get this car on the road soon. The plan is to have it ready for NMRA Bradenton, the spring break shootout. Then take it to Texas 2K and try to be competitive in the street car class. Then just race it all over the place and have a whole bunch of fun with it. That's the whole plan with the car. But the next step, what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna remove this transmission, have Jake go through it. This is a 4R200. And then I'm gonna take the tensioner system that was like a Roush Fiat bracket system and replace it with the MFP crank support. So what do we have here, Jake?
What we have here is a new power plant for the Fox body autocross car. It's an L&N built motor.
Really?
Yeah, sleeve block, custom cams.
I didn't know that was happening, Frank. Shit.
It's actually, what he also didn't tell you is compound boost. It's going to be twin turbo into the front feed Whipple.
Okay. Frank, tell me about this bracket kit that I'm looking at here.
I'm just surprised it's mine.
It's yours, yeah.
Oh, this is our new generation of Coyote swap accessory drive brackets. Previously worked NA with our power steering solution, older style 96 to 04 AC compressor from the 4.6. And then we had versions of it also worked with the VMP and the Roush belt drives. Now we have it for the Whipple front feed 2.9. It's a lot different from what we previously had, where when you went from NA to supercharge, you used the same bracket.
Right.
Now we have a new alternator bracket, and we also had to manufacture this idler bracket as well. By doing that, we were able to retain the same tensioners that we had before. So if you're naturally aspirated right now with our bracket kit, you still only have to look at buying an upfit kit. You can reuse the same alternator you have, same power steering, same AC. All that's going to stay the same. You're just going to be changing your idler bracket here from the Whipple kit, which we also can supply. And then the alternator bracket is one small upfit kit to your current setup.
Was it because there was a demand in the market for all this stuff?
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of calls looking for the Whipple. I think a lot of guys feel that the front feed is going to be a little bit easier to fit in most of the project cars in the engine bays.
Right.
It also is a good performer, or, OEM quality, just like you see from Roush and VMP. So it's a good, I don't think you're going to be in bad hands any which way you go, but in either case, we got you covered as far as the power steering solution for them.
Awesome. Very good. I was looking at it going, what are they doing? And then I saw that I remember you guys were developing a bracket kit for Coyote swap power plants for the front feed Whipple.
Well, the biggest thing we're doing now is we are now a Whipple dealer. So the specific supercharger kit that will have the components removed from it that we replace, so you don't have to buy double basically,
okay,
is only going to be available through PBH as an exclusive thing.
Oh.
So we're going to have supercharger kits available very soon. We're going to come, we're going to include the 132 elliptical throttle body, cold air kit from Whipple. There'll be the 2.9 as you see it here in black with the the different powder coating and finishing options as well. The base pulley is going to be a 3.75, so it'll make 10-11 pounds of boost, which is good for pump gas. And then included in that kit will be what you need for the bracket. So the base kit will be just the blower, then you'll have an option to get an upfit kit as well, or a complete bracket kit, the accessories, and any of the other Coyote swap products that we offer.
And when are you going to start offering this stuff? Like, when is it going to be available for the public, for the general public?
We're working hard to get it ready for general sale, probably beginning of the year. So in January, I would see kits online that you can actually purchase and order either through us or any of our dealers, like Late Model Restoration and
It's okay, the magic's in the editing.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool. Just wanted to kind of get a sense of what this was, because I didn't really know what I was looking at until I saw the Whipple stuff, and I'm like, oh, this must be for Coyote swap stuff. Very cool. Thank you, sir.